it's interesting. The Wyatt Teller situation has not. I just continue to be as irritated or more irritated from day to day that we don't have any clarity, that it's very clear that Wyatt himself is not thrilled with whatever's going around, and you can tell that because Carly Teller, his lovely wife, and his mom have both tweeted similar things that might tell you he's not really thrilled with whatever the hell happened. And I thought it was interesting. Like Mary Kay Cabot was on with the Morning Boys today. And again, Mary Kay's just kind of piecing together what she knows and putting it out there. But as I was listening to what she said here, I'm not mad at Mary Kay, so I don't want to. But I just it took me right back to where I was on Tuesday, where I lost my damn mind about it.
So whatever the case was with Wyatt, apparently they felt they needed to see something else there. At this point right now, I think when he gets back from the calf injury, he's going to have to show some things, and maybe he will. Maybe he'll do whatever he needs to do, or maybe he comes back next year in a different capacity or something. I'm not exactly sure. They do have to rebuild their line for next year. They know that. And if you have an opportunity to audition someone for the job, this is the time to do it.
I don't understand why we're auditioning Tevin Jenkins. There's 5 years of NFL tape on Tevin Jenkins.
Well, I mean, so maybe they're just looking at it as a cheaper option. And if I don't want to give them credit in this because I think what they've done is crap. That's why I think I spearheaded the thing on Monday and bringing it all up. I don't love this situation. I think it's awful. But Tevin Jenkins spent the majority of that time in Chicago as a tackle, and so maybe they're trying to see now if he can do something different as a guard.
Well, what's weird is he was best like at the tail end there. He was playing right guard.
And that's where he was best.
That's honestly what saved his career. Because Tevin is a right tackle or left tackle.
He was unplayable.
Did not work. So, like, the idea that you need to see, like, we were talking about this off air. I get Luke Whippler. Luke's been here for 3 years, and we really hadn't seen the field consistently. I think Ethan Posick is finally playing as well as he did his first year here, but I understand. Luke Whippler, next man up, okay. I don't get the Zach Zinter thing. If you're not good enough to dress, you don't get to audition. I'm not. That sounded personal. I don't mean it against Zach. I think he was one of the great guys of that Michigan team. It's just if you can't crack the everyday lineup, I'm sorry. If I can't put you on the active roster all but one time this year, I'm not going to let you in there against real NFL competition. But at some point, there were two things that really. One, bringing back Wyatt in a different capacity next year. You're going to bring back Wyatt Teller, the guy who's graded out as your best offensive lineman, as a backup. You can get the hell out of there. Well, you absolutely can. That's insulting at this point.
It just doesn't make any sense. And even in a different capacity, were they thinking maybe left guard? And if Joe Batonio retired, is that maybe what she was suggesting there?
Well, then wouldn't we see?
I would just put
Wyatt
Tevin Jenkins
over?
I would put Tevin Jenkins over on the left side, and then I would just let Wyatt stay in his role.
Yeah.
But like the crappy part about this is a contract year, and you're doing it to this man. First off, there's no point of auditioning people anyway in the middle of a football season. That's not when you do auditions. This isn't what this is supposed to be. You're supposed to put your best players out there and then let the chips fall where they may, not do auditions with Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we are getting to audition point of the season, right? At end of the season, in a lost season, but you don't do it with one veteran for another veteran.
Well, but I think it's just a crappy way to do that to somebody in a contract year.
Well, and that
has been so good to this team.
I'm so glad that you brought that up, because doing this in a contract year, while also, let's be clear about it, while the guy has been one of your best players for 7-8 years, that's where it gets really personal.
I mean, if you'd paid the man, the top rate for a right guard in the NFL with all the guarantees attached to it, and then said, "Listen, we want to do a couple plays here and there," I can understand that a little bit better.
Yep.
A little bit better. But he hasn't gotten his bacon yet. And I just think it's a crappy way to treat somebody that has been as good as he's been.
And listen, this is Mary Kay saying it. I'm not mad at Mary Kay. But the line of he's going to have to show some things, what hasn't Wyatt Teller showed you? And I'm actually getting legitimately heated. Like I'm gonna have to take off this ridiculous.
And I've gotten reignited with
sweater.
this too. Yeah. It's not showcasing
he has
as well.
to show things.
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me? The guy has played hurt and been elite. The guy has busted his ass. The guy has been one of the good guys in that locker room. And by the way, the $230 million quarterback that you traded for that embarrassed the franchise with all the crap that you brought, that guy couldn't be bothered to be a part of the damn community. Wyatt Teller came in day one and was a part of the community. And so where are your values as an organization? Like, what matters to you? Because for a long time, the Browns have gone by and very apparently spat in the face that character matters. But this is too far. You want to bring in a guy with 20-plus sexual assault lawsuits? Well, okay, that's how the NFL works. But this is not how the NFL. You dogging a guy in a contract year at 30 years old who is your best offensive lineman. By far, your best. That's not how the NFL works. To me, it's really hard. It is really hard to defend so much of what they've done. I will not even attempt to defend this. This is so classless to me. And that line shows some things. I'll be honest with you. If I was Wyatt Teller, I'd show him one thing. And then I'd say, you can kiss my ass, pay me to go home. Because this is, show some things like he's a rookie.
It's just not how you do business. Yeah, it's just not how you do business.
While Jerry Jeudy does what Jerry Judy's doing.
Right.
Like, guy, and listen, I'll be honest with you, I don't put this one on Kevin Stefanski. I don't think Kevin Stefanski is a great leader of men. Actually, no. I'm not going to give Kevin the old Peterlin pass. I'm not going to do it. Because he's the head coach, and at some point, you need to stand up for Wyatt Teller.
You got to stand for something in that moment.
But that being said, to me, this is organizational. And I'll tell you right now, Jimmy Haslam, you got your beautiful damn stadium, right? You got your $230 million quarterback. You got all the things you want in life. If you do one thing right from here on out the rest of this season, treat Wyatt Teller right. Because crap like he's got to show some things, we're going to bring him back in a different capacity. There's only so much disrespect one man should take. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like this isn't even strong enough. I just can't use the words that I feel every time we talk about this freaking story because disrespect isn't even a strong enough word. Sorry, because you get pumped up, and then I get pumped up, and then we get pumped up. Then we get pumped up together.
It's okay. It's time to do it, Just got to,
It's just not hard. It's not hard to treat people right. And when you treat the wrong people right and you treat the right people wrong, you can just blow it all the way at your ass. You just really can. How much disgrace can you bring on a town, and how much disrespect can people take? It's time for the lead here, and Jeremy Fowler wrote, multiple league executives believe Kevin Stefanski would be a prime head coaching candidate if the Browns move on from him. What was your reaction when you first read this note about Stefanski's future?
So I don't know about prime, because prime would suggest that if
he's going to Colorado?
No.
Or he's buddies with the Paul brothers?
You got any more in you?
Fighting foot-long chandeliers?
Foot-long chandeliers.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a clever way to say marital aids.
Have you ever had their drink, Prime?
No.
Me neither.
No.
I've only ever seen people under the age of 25 have it.
I've only ever seen D-bags drink it. So,
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I was going to name the person that I saw drink it, but now I don't want to make it seem like
on the station.
Of course, not a.
Is it Sweet Young Boy?
Yeah, you know it is.
It's Jax.
It always is. He's my frame of reference for everything.
Impressionable.
Every 23-year-old, he's my frame of reference.
How we know that his generation likes it on the back there, and
he's my guy. He was my info. He actually texted me the next day. He was like, "I heard the segment." He goes, you're right. It's just we've talked about it. It's what my generation likes.
I said,
I know. I'm more of a traditionalist.
I like that you've officially become everybody's grandpa. That your entire scope on an entire swath, an entire group of kids or generation of people is.
Yeah.
What does Jax Gregory think? That's pretty wild.
But he is a microcosm of every 23-year-old.
You just wanted to say microcosm.
No. It's the only way to describe it. He is a perfect encapsulation.
He's the quintessential 23-year-old.
Every 23-year-old that I would ever possibly come across at this point.
But how do you know that if you haven't come across more 23-year-olds?
I mean, I guess I'm just playing with the assumption here. It's just an assumption. It's all I got. It's all I got to go off of. I'm not. 23-year-olds don't come in my life often. He's got the right blend of cool.
What was that again?
I said he's got the right blend of cool.
That wasn't the one I wanted you to run back.
Yeah, what'd you want me to run back?
I can't recall.
All right, then.
I mean, my first reaction was, the timing of this isn't a coincidence. Like, we had somebody on Twitter being like, oh, we're not actually going to source this. We're just going to take it as fact that it's from Kevin Stefanski's camp. Because you think the Browns are putting this one out there, bub? Or you just think Jeremy Fowler's dreaming this one up and putting this out there because wishes, hopes, and dreams, boredom, maybe?
But again, that's it. He's not the prime head coaching candidate. If you're the Bills and you fire McDermott, you're not thinking, oh, we must get Kevin Stefanski, okay? When I think prime head coaching candidate, that's what I think of the guy that's going to replace. I think the guy that's going to replace Sean McDermott. Can we just have to remove the word prime from the show? Is that what has to happen?
Dion?
Is that what has to? You can't even do it today, can you?
No.
Not today.
No.
Boom! You came in with the Christmas sweater, and I knew all gloves were off today.
It's like you and me yesterday fighting over the word hoe in the pre-show meeting. That's when I knew it was going to be a good show.
Yeah.
You should have known. When Saint Nick showed up, it was on like Donkey Kong.
I wish it showed better on the videos.
Oh, really? I haven't seen. Well,
have you not?
They zoom in.
So it just looks like you're wearing like a red shirt with like a white stripe. You can't even see.
You know what?
You
I'm
can't see the
this one.
festiveness at all.
I'm gonna do this one for the
I
people.
had no idea it was even.
Hey.
If you just look at the video, you can't tell it's like a Santa thing. You just think you're wearing a red and then white striped shirt.
All right, I did some poses
All
for
right.
the 92 Through the Fan YouTube channel, and about broke the damn
Did
chair.
like the Egyptian poses there. It's like Egyptian Santa.
Well, I also did a little pose, like one of these, huh? You can't see the guns,
Now you
but they're
just did
there.
it. Yeah, now you just did it.
Gotta conceal and carry these babies.
Tommy Rees spoke with the media today. He talked about his focus on improving the team's offense with Shador.
We're all competitive. We all want to win. We all want to play well. But my focus is why or how do we get this corrected? We have a young quarterback playing who's doing everything we're asking of him, doing a good job of working towards the progression. So I try to internalize it. Like, where did I not make this clean enough for him to go execute? There are plays throughout games where there's a myriad of reasons why things don't work out. It's our job as coaches to present the solutions for the players so that they can.
I kind of wouldn't hate it if the Browns considered bumping up Tommy Rees if Kevin did get fired. I really like.
You wouldn't just make it Jim Schwartz? I would make it Jim Schwartz.
No, I want Jim to be the defensive coordinator. I don't hate the idea of having a young offensive head coach that can be here for the next 20 years. Like I just, and by the way, I actually wouldn't object if Jim would take the job. But I just, every time I hear Tommy talk, man, that's a head coach. And yes, that was a bit of a word salad there. Yeah, it's a word salad that sounded like it was something, though.
It's been 2.5 games. I need more than a good press conference. I need more than a good speak. And so he's
working with. I almost said Shador Sanders, but
you're gonna sound like Ken in that promo. Where the one that we just aired coming into this break.
Oh, yeah, you're being lazy.
It is that promo, but in the front of that, it was like, mine was like, well, they're not playing the best quarterback this week. And then Ken's like, Deshaun's not playing. Basically, he was insinuating that Deshaun's the best quarterback. And if you're actually a Shador fan, you're not thinking that Deshaun Watson's a better quarterback.
Also, if you're a football guy, you're not thinking Deshaun's the best football.
Just not thinking that way.
Mary Kate Cabot of Cleveland.com was on with the Monoboys. Earlier today, she said that Deshaun Watson isn't in the plans for the Browns this season.
You can never say never because we never know what's going to happen, right? You don't get to number 42 without a lot of strange things happening at the quarterback position. Some of those things happen because of injuries, and some of those things happen for other reasons. But I can't honestly say that there's no way he's going to get into a game this season, but I don't think it's the plan. I think the question is, can Shador be your starter for 2026? So you're right. They do need to start seeing more of what he can do, and he needs to start showing more of what he can do out there. It's a week-by-week thing right now. And as far as Deshaun is concerned, I think he's the best quarterback on the team right now. He's going to be back on this football team next year.
Okay, so again, if he's not in the plans for right now, though, that's all right. The plan for right now should be Shador the rest of the way, and then we'll see what the Browns do as they constantly move and change plans, and it's a week-by-week thing with them.
If he wasn't in the plans this season, then you didn't have to open up his 21-day window. I think that's where I struggle with this.
I think the 21-day window for them is just so they can see him going through. Again, I know it's on a practice field that is way on the other side, but I think because when you open up the window, it lets him be on the practice field, it lets him dress for the game days, and it lets him be around the team in a way that I feel like they might think is valuable. Dan Brugler of The Athletic joined the morning show today after releasing his first major mock draft. He explained why he has the Browns trading up to the first overall pick to select Fernando Mendoza.
Might actually go more as the better quarterback prospect. I went with Mendoza for the Browns in this scenario because I think, first of all, he's a lot more NFL ready. Like, he's ready to be a starter tomorrow, where Moore, it might take a little bit extra time. Just 20 years old, under 20 career starts. There's a lot more with Moore that's going to take time for him to develop, where with Mendoza, he's ready to step in and execute an NFL offense, and I think that's where the Browns are with where they are in their roster construction. I think we'll see about any possible regime change, but of all the reasons they love Dillon Gabriel throughout the process, that's why I think they're going to like Fernando Mendoza as well, except Mendoza has better physical traits and better upside than Dillon Gabriel. I don't think it's a clear cut he's quarterback one.
So I have loved the Matt Ryan comparisons for Mendoza. I also think, and I'm not talking about style of quarterback one for one here, but I also kind of think like Jared Goff level quarterback.
So the recent one the past couple of days has been Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins.
Oh, that has? Because
yes.
I honestly was just, when I was listening to Joshua Perry talk with us at 3, everything he was saying reminded me of Jared Goff.
Yeah, recent days, I think Matt Miller had Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins, and so that's become really popular.
So if Kevin Stefanski was here, who are two quarterbacks that would fit the style of offense that Kevin Stefanski likes to play? Kirk Cousins and Jared Goff.
Yeah, and you could see how, and so what would be enticing, obviously, is we're going to start branding this as, it's not good branding, but it's the branding that we have, is Dillon Gabriel 2.0. Like the more athletic, the bigger actual 6'5", 230 version of Dillon Gabriel. If that's what this ends up being, then, and it's what it appears to be, then how would Stefanski not fall head over heels for this?
I think my concern here is, when you take a quarterback that might have I don't want to say limited ceiling, because if top 12 quarterback, that's not limited. That's really good. It's just not top 5. You have to remember that when then you go and get real stingy about paying him 5 years later.
Yeah.
I think that's the catch-22 is right now you're looking at like we just need like this bar minimum level of quarterback, and then you get 3 years down the road and you're like, well, he's good, but we got to pay him $50 million.
I was going to say, unfortunately for the Browns, is that what they were having when they were trying to pay Baker $40 million changed and evolved into Trevor Lawrence is getting $50 million a year, Tua's getting $50 million a year, Jordan Love is getting $50 million a year, and all these quarterbacks that you wouldn't have had to pay that type of money to are getting paid Patrick Mahomes money.
And what's weird about it is you'd wonder, well, then do you just go to the higher risk but higher upside play in Dante Moore, except Dante doesn't really fit what you want to do, and so if you're going to do that, you really have to it ain't going to be with Kevin Stefanski.
Well, and so we kind of talked about like what the differences between last year's class and this year's class and how there's similarities and that there's two quarterbacks and what they offer up. But one of the differences and true differences here is that Dante Moore doesn't have the experience that either Cam Ward or Shedeur had. Like if you go Dante Moore, if he comes out and can't resist it, I like him. At this point, I think I'd roll the dice on him more than I would Fernando Mendoza, just because I think the upside is extreme. But there's a real chance that it just flames out, and he's not played enough, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I don't want to compare.
That's
one
a
for
roll
one,
of the dice.
But this is like a Josh Allen situation. Like
very much so.
Like you better have a known quarterback developer if you're going to take Dante Moore, and maybe somebody who isn't like has a weird devotion to one system and only one system. And if you don't fit that almost completely, well, you can get the hell out of Dodge. Now, I was just saying that. I don't know if
that's very random of you to say. Yeah, very
I don't
random.
have like a specific name in mind there.
No.